Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're going to review a beer. Sorry, my knee is still messed. So I'm trying not to stand, but I was trying to also get my light over here. Today's beer is right here. Today's beer is right here. It is Das Heffe from Screaming Retriever Brewing Company. It's 5.2% alcohol. And it's a contract brewery in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Screaming Retriever Das Heffe Bavarian Hefeweizen. I actually really like that can. So it's a Bavarian Heffe. So it is brewed in the foothills of the Canadian Rockies. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Bright, bubbly, and playful. Sounds like my wife. Okay. We did the tiniest little Weiss roll there. It's a lot of head. It's more head than I get. Right now it's crystal clear. I am a big fan, though, of this head. I mean, it fades rather quickly. It doesn't have a lot of staying power, but it does the Duvel tunnels. And I really, really, really appreciate that. But unlike Duvel, again, as you can see, it fades rather quickly. I mean, it still has a beautiful visual appeal to it, but boy, does it disappear quickly. So, still crystal clear. And every time I bring the can down, I'm giving it a little bit of a shaky shake just to see if I can get any splooge moving. And I know while we're waiting, let's give a sniff from the can. Cereal greeny, banana, and that's about the longevity of it. Now we're getting a little bit of haze to it. Sniff from the glass. Glass is the same thing, just a little bit of like a cereal greeniness. And, well, a bit of banana. Okay, now we're getting exactly what we should be getting out of a Bavarian Heffe. Now, I know that my Weiss roll wasn't great, but it should have brought up more than what it did. Okay. Now, you get to look at Das Heffe while we drink. Nice haziness now. Lots of carbonation moving. Cheers. It's not And here's the thing. The Bavarian / German Heffes, I don't like them as much as I like Belgian wits. Usually you still get a good deal of banana flavor in them due to the yeast. Usually you can still get a nice grainy note to it due to the malts being used. But this one, like a lot of craft Bavarians, just has a very overpowering cereal graininess from beginning to end that mutes everything that happens at the end. There is a very subtle banana flavor at the very end, but that grainy, bready, just biscuity even flavor just overpowers everything. And everything else is so subtle that you don't really get anything. And because it is a wheat beer, there's not really a hop profile to talk about. So, is it good? It is. I mean, it's refreshing. It's easy drinking. It has a nice heft to it. It could fill you up. It's 5.2% alcohol, so it's high enough to, get you drunk if you want it to be, but low enough that you could drink a bunch of them with your buddies and still have your faculties. Not good enough to drive or anything, but you'd have your faculties to continue having a good night with your friends. Excuse me. And I think that's where the beer stops, right? It's a solid beer, and that's it. It's solid, but that's it. But would I buy a solid beer again? This one? Probably not, but I would never complain about drinking it. There's nothing wrong with this beer. And I mean, it sounds weird when you say it that way, right? Would you buy this beer again? No. But it's a good beer. Well, what the fuck do you mean it's a good beer if you won't buy it again? There is so much out there, and beer is so expensive, and you have to put in so many hours of your life to earn the money to enjoy that sometimes it's just not what I'm after. There could be people that love this beer. This could be the best beer where they're from. But for what I can get here, I can buy better with my money. Again, that doesn't mean I have anything against this beer, which is why these ratings are weird. And why I give my out of 10s, but my out of 10s are basically just saying whether or not I would put my hard-earned money behind the beer again. And how much I really like it. But I would give this a 6.75 out of 10. A 7 is I would buy it again. And anything in the 5 to 6.75 range is I would drink it again. I just wouldn't want to pay for it. It's a good beer. It's a solid beer. It's a drinkable beer. But it ends there. Cheers. Goodbye.